weeks, past few days, especially at ESL Birmingham. Jakiro, really good support right now. I don't think he was touched in the last patch. Nightstalker with a rather interesting change in 7.16 Brax in that his Void does no longer mini-stun during the daytime, which is a lot bigger than I think people might anticipate.
Yep, that's the no TP cancel, can't cancel channeling during the day. And of course, the other change too, the change to darkness.
Yes.
It's back to the old darkness where it's no longer a fixed vision range, which really crippled heroes like Slark, Lycan heroes that actually had night vision to begin with.
Yeah.
So now, yeah, it's a big deal.
And
like these heroes can see you. And of course, towers too.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was just going to mention. The towers. That being another big thing where like you could kind of get away with just being all over the map. The towers wouldn't see you, and it's just so hard. And I think we take that night vision and that lack of night vision for granted when we see Night Stalker. It's not something we generally talk about unless we're looking at wards specifically, you know. And I think that change is going to be really big. But I think he's still a really good hero. Like Night Stalker core has been pretty popular, like in the offlane. I think. I don't think it's been played as a 4 as much, at least from what I've seen. More 3-position Night Stalker.
10 seconds
Yep, it's all about the lane dominance, right? Once it turns nighttime, you have this super strong Night Stalker in front of your face, and you just can't deal with them. So that's the big appeal of this hero at the moment, of course, on top of all the vision aspects, but that did get nerfed a bit, but not as combat during the night.
Yes. Still a strong hero. Wind Ranger comes out. No Slaughter, though, like we saw in the last series, which I think, you know, really kind of makes the hero great with the amplified damage AK Corrosive Haze. Now she has the Sand King stun and the Bane disabled to work with in terms of she doesn't have to go in with the Shackle Shot first. I don't think she'll be a support considering there's already a Bane. The Sand King could easily be in the offlane and the Wind Ranger could be played, or Sand King could easily be in the 4 position, Wind Ranger could play offlane. Although I'm not sure that's going to be actually what happens. Maybe she will be a support. I don't know. I'm not sold on the support Wind Ranger, but
I really want to see how strong the core range is.
Yes.
Like, I'm sure everyone sees it in their pubs almost every single game, but in professional, how does this actually play out? Because she still suffers from her problems, right? Entirely single target based. Blade Mail is a gigantic counter to the hero.
Yes.
So you can't stop focus firing unless you sit there and hold position, which means you're just vulnerable.
Man, I played an Axe game against her the other day where she was like support Wind Ranger, and she had like Maelstrom at some point, and I just blink called her, blade mailed. She doesn't even have focus fire on me; she just dies anyways.
Yep, super squishy, right? If you can actually catch him with some sort of disable, Wind Ranger's gonna die.
Yeah, so I do worry for her in some of these games, but Troll Warlord does come out. I think Wind Ranger's not terrible against Troll. He doesn't have much armor. I think throughout the game level 15, he's got like 10 base armor plus whatever items he has, so he gets better, as the game progresses. But earlier on, Troll can maybe suffer to the Wind Ranger, especially with Power Shot and the damage that she could provide. And then DK. So they have really good tower push. This is the kind of draft that Aggr.Slayer had in the first game, where they had like Wind Ranger, DK, but the Wind Ranger was a support. But I like this draft a lot because they have the Sand King now, they have the Bane now, they have some damage to work with.
Yep, DK comes out now. You think Wind Ranger, still could potentially be a mid hero, but pretty decent mid Dragon Knight game. Just because when you see Troll Warlord, this hero does not fight at all early game, right? Phase boots Aquila into the battle for most of the time, and you still won't see him on the map. He's going to be sitting there farming jungle.
Yeah.
When this hero is ahead, he uses his aheadness to get more ahead by farming creeps.
Yes.
He doesn't come out to actually, use his net worth lead to do anything besides continue to farm.
Yeah. You usually need to see that the 2 or 3 items before the troll comes out. Like Battle Fury, you don't get any stats from that. He's already squishy, doesn't have that much armor. Battle Fury gives him nothing other than faster farm speed. But then you get like a BKB or something, or BKB SNY, things get a bit better for him, and then he can actually start fighting.
Yep, and DK is all about that tower pressure, making you react to that. So when you're not ready to fight and DK comes knocking on your door, you pretty much have to sacrifice these towers. But Tidehunter comes out for Team Evos. Strong team fight hero. It's a hero Sand King does not like to burrow strike into because you can't burst Tidehunter thanks to the Kraken Shell.
Yeah.
And then you set yourself up to get ravaged point blank. So looks good for team fights for sure.
Yeah, and it also kind of deters you from going for that tower push as aggressively as you would have when you have a DK ulti. Like, Tidehunter TP's in, and immediately you're just like, all right, well, he has Ravage. So how do we want to approach this? You could try to get some extra hits onto the tower, but if he wants to be up in your face, it's kind of difficult for you to actually take that building. if you're not careful, especially with Ravage up.
And of course, Kraken Shell against Wind Ranger. If you get hit by Focus Fire, you're blocking a ton of damage from that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Good
it's
stuff.
very good. Very good against Wind Ranger. But I think the Wind Ranger is probably more likely to be a support now, I think, just because, like you said, there's a DK in the mid lane, probably.
What I think is going to happen is it'll be a dual off lane against the Troll Warlord.
Yeah.
Could be support, could be core. I don't think it matters too much. Since even if Sand King is core, he's just going to farm Blink Dagger, then Wind Ranger is going to take over that farming role, basically. So, yeah, should be interesting.
Yeah, we kind of saw that in the first game where, like, she ends up getting farmed somehow. Like, anyway, we'll see what happens with the Wind Ranger Execration. Carl is usually a very high-skilled mid player, so he really thrives on heroes like Puck. I think he's played DK a few times. I don't really remember those games, but I'm assuming they're great. I'm just assuming they're fine. He's just a very highly skilled, highly technical player. So it almost feels like, it's not necessarily a mistake to put him on DK, but it feels like he needs to be on something more flashy because that's kind of the player that he is. Like him and Gabby are both like that. But DK works fine, I suppose.
Thriving on the flashy, skilled heroes, right?
Yeah.
Not your Vipers and Death Prophets and kind of, I don't want to say boring, but heroes that don't have that much room for outplay potential. Would that be accurate? I'm not really sure how to word it.
Yes, that's probably the term I would use. Like you like DK can't really do that, He has to just sit there and get farm. Like he can Dragon Tail and Breathe Fire and kill somebody, but it's not going to be an outplay. Somebody will have to make a mistake in that regard, or you're going to have some rotations. Whereas Puck can find really cool solo kills. The good news is that Nando is also that type of player where, like, again, he'll dive tier 1 towers to find kills. He'll make these flashy plays on these flashy heroes. And I think Slark is one of those heroes, especially when he gets his Shadow Blade. And I also think he's good against the Gyrocopter, too. You just Shadow Dance or even Shadow Blade, and Gyrocopter can't do anything to you.
Yep, so they're going to want the Slark matchup against the Tidehunter. Slark fantastic against Tide in lane. And he is a night vision hero against Night Stalker. So that is going to help Execration play the game once it becomes dark. They don't have to be so afraid.
Yeah. I think this is a good draft from Execration. It is the Chemo Wind Ranger and the Uwe Sand King, who is the off-lane player. They added pretty recently. So,
okay, looks good.
Yeah, it looks fine. Dual off-lane again. Bane, Slark, Bane is... God, I've played against so many Banes recently. When you're in a dual lane against Bane, it feels like you're in a tri-lane because Bane does so much damage. He has Brain Sap, and he just zones you out so heavily. If you're in a solo lane against Bane +1, it's just like, what do I do in this situation? I have to just back up. I'm not going to get that much out of the lane because he'll just keep harassing me. His base damage is good, and then again, Brain Sap very strong, so...
Yep, this hero kicks your ass. That's what he does.
Yes. He just
slaps that
slurp on you.
Yeah, it's rough.
Never a good time. But they do have Jakiro, though, so like they can both fight. I mean, the Tidehunter, like you said, not great against the Slark because Nando just Essence shifts. I guess he does have the Anchor Smash, which is going to reduce some damage for Vil. He also has the Triple Mango. I think the Slark might have also gone for this, too. No, he only went for the 1 Mango. I've seen, like, Stout Shield Triple Mango a lot recently from Slark, and I actually did it myself in a game, and it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, the health regen is super, super nice in lane, but, Slark doesn't actually get that much use out of the mana.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, his spells are very low mana cost, so he goes for the 1 Mango. That way, once he gets those 2 bounty runes, he can buy a Quelling Blade or a Stout Shield instantly. Yeah. But this is not that easy of a lane. Jakiro and Tidehunter, pretty beefy dudes.
Yeah. But they might be able to do well in the off lane with Uwe on the Sand King against the Gyrocopter. We'll see. This could be tricky for Execration in the beginning of the game. I guess it comes down to how they start this off. They might even rotate some of these heroes to make it a tri-lane. Like they might rotate the Wind Ranger down bottom at some point, but I'm not sure that'll happen. They're going to get aggressive, surprisingly so here. And Grims is dead, I think, actually. He got a little too aggressive. Nah, they won't chase. They didn't want to lose their bounty runes, and I think that's a good idea. Did they get it? They got 3 aside. I think they got 3 for Evos, and then 1 for Execration. I'm pretty sure. Or no, they got 2. It was 2. Uwe got the top one, too. Sorry.
Yep.
Oh, my God. He is so close to death. That salvo will get canceled, maybe? Yes, it does, but he still got a lot out of it. Plus, he has tangos, too. Void just come in. And Tenku Indra Uta, excuse me, great name. Power Shot comes out of Dual Logic. And Wait, no. Tuku Indra. Oh, Jesus. This is a disaster. I can't say that name.
Tuku Tiku?
I think it's, let's try this again. Who was it again? It was the Night Stalker. Tuku Indra Utu. Great name. Burrow Strike from Uwe, but he needs to be careful. Rocket Barrage off cooldown in 1 second. He's going to have to back up. Sand King has no mana and no HP, and the Tango is all he's got in his inventory along with the Stout Shield and the TP Scroll, so... This lane might be tough in the top lane, especially when nighttime hits. Then it gets really hard, I think.
Oh yeah, nighttime is the big thing for Night Stalker, right? Until then, he's kind of just this tanky Bonnie that trades hits with you, but once it's nighttime, he turns into a whole new beast.
Yeah, and things can get out of control. But he is tanky for now. That is a good point. Like, they just... Fighting into him is going to be tricky. Throw up a Void occasionally here and there. The Gyrocopter can kind of just run at them, too. Something they'll need to be considerate of. But yeah, they should be okay. You know, they're not going to get the most last hits for the Sand King, but they should find something. Meanwhile, down bottom, Nando getting decent farm. The Tidehunter also at 7 last hits. Grims walks up a little too far. Dual Breath so good at kind of punishing that out of position as you just take so much damage. But they're going to turn. Level 2, Nando has no Dark Pack, but he's got the Essence Shift. Might be enough to actually get the kill. The Nightmare.
Sleep.
Nando needs to be careful. Oh my god, he's 1-8. He's 1 auto attack. They blocked him. They'll get the kill, but Nando might die here. He's got a salve up. Nicely done. He'll sit in the trees, and Whiteman can't find him. Finally looking to get him. No Dual Breath mana, though. He does have 4 stick charges. He's going to hold on to them.
One.
Yeah, they've got the Pounce available. Remember, the damage is a little bit less now. There's the Dual Breath, but it only hits onto Grims, and that might have been a mistake. Nando can walk away. Maybe Grims dies here. They have the Anchor Smash. It does hit, but he can TP out now. I think he's fine. Great start for Nando securing those kills. Yes, he did miss a lot of CS there, but that's still pretty big.
Yep, and he's got 10 sticks too. Up against the Tidehunter, he'll always be able to just keep those stick charges with that much harder to kill him. This lane is not great against Slark. Like, all the damage over time from Jakiro is removable by Dark Pact.
Yeah.
Tidehunter has almost no kill potential at all on Slark. It's rough.
Whoa. That's a Jara that was out of position. Why was he there? The Night Stalker was pulling. He died here, I think. Oh, yeah.
Just got stunned into the Power Shot. Power Shot, 270 damage.
Yeah, level 2, really good. It's a lot of burst damage, especially when the Gyrocopter only has like 600 HP. You're able to get off some, you know, Caustic Finale hits on a Burrow Strike or 2. But you're right about bottom, you know. But the thing is, once Grims leaves, Nando can't really walk up as much, so he has to just pull the wave back. Doesn't want to get Anchor Smashed. That is true.
That's the price you pay for using all your resources to kill them, right? They just come back at full HP, full mana.
Yeah. And once the Tide gets levels 2, he has Kraken Shell now. He's level 2 Anchor Smash. The lane gets a little harder for him to... They won't be able to kill Nando, but Nando shouldn't be able to kill the Tide now. And the wave is pushing, too, because a sick pull happened from Waymon. And that's pretty big. And then, of course, in the meantime, mid lane, it is a pretty even matchup. But the Troll is actually out CSing the DK. And I don't know for how much longer that's going to happen. Look how much damage he does.
Yep, both heroes farming, but of course DK has more sustain than a hero like Troll Warlord does in lane, so not too much happening there. Top lane, double stun into the
shackle, power shots, a lot of damage. That's the 280 damage you were talking about earlier. Not enough to get the kill on the Logic, though. He wants to come back in and Rocket Barrage or Flat Cannon, but I don't think he can. Uwe has a Mango. He's going to be able to Burrow Strike. Maybe they get this kill. Power shot coming out. And
oh, the tree juke.
That was pretty sick. They're still Flat Cannoning. Fairy Fire comes out from Lumic. I don't even know if he meant to do that on him. I think he was trying to... I don't know what that was. Now he can maybe find a power shot into a Logic if he's not careful.
That was very nice. The juke around the single tree there.
Yeah.
So Night Stalker just couldn't get the Void off.
And that was right as nighttime hit, too, which is really important. Getting that kill, stopping him from, like, getting out of control. Ooh, Lumic's going to take a homing missile, but it's fine. They need to be a little careful as Teku's running in, trying to find the Void. It is nighttime, of course.
Yep, Shrines are up in 10 seconds, and, of course, Runes are coming out.
Yeah, so that's huge. They wanted to position aggressively to take the enemy room, but they couldn't find it because, of course, they're too low on the Sand King. But Grims is going to find the enemies because they're not really in position.
Sneaky, yeah.
I guess they...
Bane.
It just
super good.
And they just kind of forget about the 5-minute timing, it looks like. So they're going to find 3 for Execration. And they're also going to find some damage out of Avil. Essence Shift stacks up to 7. The Dark Pack's going to come out, plus the Brain Sap. It's a lot of damage. Even with level 2 Kraken Shell, they're going to Nightmare him and auto-attack him a few times. If the Anchor Smash does come out, they might not be able to get it. Nando actually in trouble. The Dual Breath doing a lot of work in the Liquid Fire, too. So they're not going to die for the kill, and if they did, Nando probably dies for it. So And another bad thing for Nando, he's not level 6, so Shadow Dance won't be able to just regen him back up to full HP.
Yeah, he's in a pretty awkward spot, actually. There's no regen at all. Courier comes out to bring his Aquila, no regen in sight. It's going to take him a long time to regen. And of course, Ty just shrines. Gyrocop, all right.
Yeah. And the other thing, too, is they already use the shrine bottom, so they can't go for their own shrine with the Slark.
Oh,
so.
Okay, yeah. Nando's in a pretty shit spot for a little while until this courier gets back.
He either needs to just leech 6 or, I don't know, try something else. I'm not sure what he's thinking about doing. There's a regen top rune, but then he would have to make the long trek to that area, which is not going to happen.
Yep, he would like the single pull and then just wait for a salve to come on courier.
They're going to kill this Troll Warlord mid, it looks like. Fairy Fire. Ooh, Grims. Ooh, Grims. All right, that's pretty great for Facehugger. Great Fairy Fire.
Best case scenario, right?
Yeah. That needed to happen. Nando getting run at by Avil and Whitemon. Liquid Fire might be enough. He does have Dark Pack, but he needs to be very careful. He's got 5-6 charges. He's fine. They have a salve coming in from the Bane. So the Bane dies actually kind of helps out Nando, because now he gets the salve back on him, and he's just going to leech level 6 out of this.
Yep, the best kind of courier, the one that TPs to you.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Oh, but look at this massive damage mid lane ever since, because the Troll Warlord happened to die. Tower's basically dead.
Yeah, and he has a Siege Creep too. It's the perfect timing for this. Regen rune, top rune spot. Here comes Tuku. He's going to get the Void. Good TP. Unless they get a bash, and then it's not a good TP. But he might still survive anyway, and they did get the bash, by the way. Lumi gets the kill on the logic. They lose their DK. And that's the thing you kind of forget. Like, sometimes I've had those brain farts where you just TP against a troll, and you're thinking, that was a great TP, and then you get held up with the bash, and you're just like, God damn it.
Yep, it's only a 10% chance to bash as well.
Yeah.
So, quite unlucky there.
You could argue that he has the extra fervor, so he gets the attack speed, and that helps him out a little bit more, but that's just unfortunate. So they keep hold of this tier 1 tower in the mid lane. They did lose a logic top lane on the Gyro, who's got less net worth right now than the Sand King, although it's very close. So they've done a really good job shutting this Gyro down. And the net worth lead is actually 1k for Execration. Nando's found some farm, although he's dead.
Oh, boy.
The ranged creep actually hit him.
No.
That's got to be so tilting. You do everything right there. You survive, you pounce away, you go to Shadow Dance and regen up, and then the ranged creep hits you, and you're like, God damn it.
Whew. Wait him with the Dark Pack, the bottom too low to get that last hit, but mid lane, nice stalker, he's back.
They're going to find him. It is daytime. Silence comes out, which, of course, takes forever. But he's really tanky. So they even rotated in Whitemon, but he's too slow. He actually has no boots on the Jakiro. The slow dragon. And Lumic picks up an Invis rune, has a Blightstone, has an Orb of Venom. He's got everything he needs to secure a kill, except a few extra heroes.
This guy's tanky.
He needs to get a nice Shackle Shot off. And they might just have to dive this. And we'll see how
I don't think this Tide is... It's got 11 armor with the Buckler. It's going to be under his
They
tower.
see the Jakiro coming. Maybe they go on the Jakiro, I think.
Yeah, that'd be good. But do they know if Tide has Ravage or not?
He's not holding a point, actually. Wow. They're going for this in spite of him being level 6. He's really, like... They're probably saying if he has Ravage, they're really holding on to it.
Yeah, exactly right. They don't want to dive too deep, because if he does have Ravage, it could be disastrous. So, yep. Carl takes the mid tower, DK. That's just what happens, right?
Yeah.
Leave this man alone, and he's going to take your tower eventually.
It's not the end of the world, but it is a mid-tier 1, so it's a lot of access points for the Radiant. Meanwhile, Tuku getting run at by Uwe. 2-level advantage there. Good silence. That might not be enough to keep him alive. They have another Sand King stun in 1 second. Oh, Uwe, though. Good Sandstorm. Might keep him alive. Call down about to come out. Actually avoids the call down. Now Carl's the one in trouble.
Awkward.
And aggressive play might actually... They might actually be able to get out of this somehow. They need a burrow straight down low ground. Oh, that Ice Path. Second too late. Secures his exit. And they find the kill on the Tide finally. Nando able to get up to 7 Nation Shift stacks and secure that kill.
Huh, that was so weird. They went on to the Night Stalker up top, but they weren't able to secure him. Oh, speaking of up top,
Logic. Still doing a lot of damage.
He looks fine.
Yeah. They thought they could turd, but then they underestimated how much damage Rocket Barrage actually does. But they will get out. Anyways.
Yep, and they actually don't do very much damage between themselves, too. Against the raindrops and the wands, so yeah. DK level 8 finally picks up a point in stun. He didn't have it before, and that's why the Night Stalker happened to live.
Yeah, but that's the thing about DK. He went for the I guess level 3 Dragon Blood is kind of common. I think have you seen this, like, or is it more level 2 Dragon Blood that you see a lot of the time?
I usually see 2, but of course it is something that does depend on the game, right? Up against the Troll Warlord, maybe that extra armor helped them survive, but up top,
Oh my
chasing
god,
that
they actually couldn't find they couldn't find the stun, and now Ube might die for this. That's really bad. Good darkness play too from Tuku. Might have actually kept the Gyrocopter alive, and Ube's going to try to deny. He needs the Shockwave, and he can't find it. Tuku gets the kill. Shackle Shot comes in. There's the Elder Dragon form. Here's the Troll coming from behind the Whirling Axes, and that's a dead Carl, and Lumic is forced to win run away. He's giving him the drifting of the Wind Ranger, which is so cool now. The focus fire while you're wind running away is pretty sick.
Yep, and that was Carl's Dragon form, too, so a huge momentum shift. Nando, look at this, diving deep with the
oh my god,
dance.
a logic. Oh my god. All right.
Silenced.
He's got stick charges, and it's daytime. He should be fine. No Shadow Dance, though. Power Shot. Troll needs a Whirling Axis here to get this kill. He's not going to go for it. But while this is all happening, despite the fact that they lost the Gyrocopter, they did get the tower bottom. Grims is in deep. He gets silenced immediately. I don't know what he thought he was going to do there. Now the tide's rotating it. He ravages. He gets 2 with it. And they're going to find the Bane. The Shackle Shot comes out now. Facehugger's still trying to fight Ube. He's got his Burrow Strike. He uses it on the Tide Hunter. Lumic trying to run. He's got one run in 2 seconds. One auto attack. It's going to be close. And the Rolling Axes. Oh, my God. He actually survived. It was the raindrops. You're right. Oh, my God. Okay. They almost missed out on that kill. Nando's coming back in. He needs to be careful. Still doesn't have Shadow Dance for another 10 seconds. Suddenly, Evos have started getting back into this game. It was like a 3K lead for Execration. Now it's about even. That's pretty rough.
That Ravage is pretty crazy. Like, max range on 2 heroes, barely cliffs him.
Yeah.
Jesus. Interesting stuff.
I don't know what that Bane play was a little aggressive. I guess he thought like the Night Stalker TP'd or something, and he's like, I can just grip this guy full grip. That did not happen.
Probably didn't expect him to be there because it was daytime during that, so.
Instant crippling fear.
Man, oh man, Gyrocopter, look at this man's net worth. It's really suffering due to this lane phase. He's been constantly pressured. They've killed him off 3 times. Even Nando makes a rotation up top. Before Shadow Wave, by the way, he just leapt in and ran him down with Shadow Dance. Very unusual from Slarks, right? Usually you don't see them on the map until they get Shadow Wave.
It's such a Nando play, though. I mean, even this is such a Nando play. Look at this. Ice Path comes out, Macropyre. He needs to Shadow Dance. He's going to just Shadow Amulet, but he's still in the Macropyre. He has to run out of it. Oh, my God. I guess it pushed him off the tower, but I don't think that was the right play. He might just die. Look at how far up he is. Tuku, oh, he's baiting. Nando with the interesting bait plays.
This man knows his limitations more. He's not going to die like that.
If he dies there, he looks so freaking... That's got to be so depressing. I don't want to say anything, but, like, if he dies there...
It's one of those deaths that make you look real stupid.
Yeah. But now he's going to try to find Avil, so he's going to go for a TP, and that's going to be nice. Nando going to get the Shadow Amulet off. They actually cancel the TP. All right, you know what? Nando is making some plays. They killed a Logic bottom again because they forced so many people top trying to fight this freaking Slark.
Yeah, this is the space play for sure. Look at how long that Evos have just been up here trying to kill the Slark. And of course, Slark scouts out the ward. Fantastic.
Oh, yeah. They're sending sentries out right now for Lumic. By the way, the Troll is going to be building into Yasha into BKB and not going for the Battle Fury that we used to see a lot of the time.
Okay.
Which I guess is fine now that they've, added the recipe. Plus, it's a lot of early game fighting anyway in this patch.
Yeah, I actually don't think I see like any Battle Furies at all, and see even on heroes like Juggernaut, just your normal Battle Fury heroes. These guys are always about the fighting.
Yeah.
Their life stealers are always just armlet into damage, never Radiance.
Yeah, they never build Radiance, I feel like, in this region from all the life stealers I've seen. Which is fine. I like the armlet fighting as long as you have the vehicle and all that stuff.
Yep, agreed. I mean, it just shows you what they want to do, right? These guys are non-stop battlers. You have Gyrocopters going treads, drums. You know, it's all about the battling.
Speaking of battling, Whitemon's dead. The problem with Jakiro is pretty freaking squishy. Just got pelted by arrows from Lumic. Level 4 power shot as well. Avil does have Ravage up, and they also have the Night Stalker rotating in. And they almost see him. I think they did. They had a ward there. I think they did spot him. Now they're going to go off the Shackle Shot. Of course, the Kraken shells off. But he's still in trouble. He needs to Ravage, or he's just dead anyway. I guess he just doesn't want to. They don't have the heroes. They're going to find the Night Stalker now, too. I guess they realize, hey, we can't rotate anybody up here. If you Ravage, it's not going to work out, so...
Yep, that's the problem. Gyrocopter, TP on cooldown, Troll Warlord, same thing, on cooldown. They both TP'd away to farm, so because of that, there's no threat, you know? Usually when you dive a Tidehunter, you get chain TP'd on, and you feed, but that just wasn't available.
Yeah. But they'll try to get some trades. The Troll does find the tier 1 mid, but there's the epicenter going. Troll Warlord, Nando going to try to chase him down. Good rolling axes. Shackle Shot will latch, though. And that's probably not worth it. It's a tier 1, but they're still losing a lot elsewhere, like this Jakiro getting run at by Grims. Although Grims is actually the one in trouble. He needs to run. Oh my god, they popped Rum.
There's the homing missile.
Oh, he's going to get a haste rune. Oh my god, that's so tilting. No, don't back up. All right, that was nice. Good play, Grims.
You know, normally I would say dying for a tier 1 tower like that is worth it, but not if you're the network leader. Not if you're the true 1 position of the team. It's just, you can't afford to die.
Yes.
As the carry player. It's just not worth it ever.
I mean, especially with the
so much
Gyrocopter not
downtime.
farming well, that it's really important the Troll stays alive and keeps farming, because now the Slark can, you know, find kills and find farm while the Troll is dead and continue to get a net worth lead.
Yep. The Troll farms much less when he suicides for that tower, instead of just backing off and, you know, farming elsewhere.
He might have been able to just battle trance and get out in time with the siege creep hitting the tower, that either it gets denied and he doesn't die, or he even just gets the kill, or the tower dies and he can get out somehow. But, you know, that's a conversation for another day. He did die. He is back up. Still working on his BKB. Probably when he gets that BKB, they could fight, especially with, like, Ravage.
Yeah.
But he needs to get it. They did get the Ogre Frostmage for Avil with the Helmet of the DeToNator. He also has a casual Buckler, which I really like too. And now they're really pushing together. They're going to try to get a Logic his BKB. Meanwhile, Nando, they see that he's bottom. They're going to say, he doesn't have a TP scroll. We can take this tower. I would be very surprised if Execration try to take a fight here.
I thought the casual Buckler was really smart up against the Slark lane.
Yeah.
Since it's just a whole lot of damage mitigation.
Uwe has a Blink Dagger. Here comes Carl as well. They missed the Burrow Strike. They could still go here. They don't see Carl. They don't have detection. Avil's going to get stunned. They're trying to back.
Tanky.
Yeah, and the Kraken Shield comes out immediately. They're trying to back for Evos. And the Slark might TP to this fight if he thinks that they can take it. Especially if like a Ravage comes out or something. But they're going to back up. This is a smart play. Really good stuff from Evos, though. Like, really good stuff. Like, get that tower back up. And
very organized. And the Troll, look at this man, still farming. Nowhere to be seen.
He really is trying to avoid every fight possible. By the way, they're going Silver Edge first, I think, for the Slark, which is a very good idea considering they're against the Tidehunter.
Yeah, it's going to have with that Silver Edge, they can disable the Kraken Shell, and then, of course, just chains the Tide. But he's super tanky with that Ogre Frostmage. Look at him, 22 armor, 1,600 health.
Yeah.
They might not actually be able to burst him that fast, and if they can't actually kill him in time, then they're going to have to commit way too many resources to trying to finish him off, or they just won't kill him.
But this is the Silver Edge. Oh, they're going to find the Troll, but I think they could just Ravage, and they're going to. Good jump away from Nando. No. That's really big, but they're going to find Gribbs just for this Ravage. That's it. That's all they get out of it. Really nice play from Nando not to get hit up by the Ravage, although they still might be in some danger here. He has got to pounce away. Uwe is going to blink, and this is more space for top to push in with the Wind Ranger, of course, with Power Shot and a level 10 regen talent. That's a really good play from Execration, I think.
Yep, Tidehunter going for the Ravage, and Slark still had the pounce up. Oh, here's the Epi being channeled.
And they're going to try to find this Tidehunter. Silver Edge did go, but he's got the Buckler, and again, like you mentioned, very tanky. But this time he doesn't have the Ravage to turn. They are going to send everybody bottom with the exception of the Troll Warlord. They can take this tower top with the Elder Dragon form. They're going to try. Tuku's going to TP in, so is Whiteman, and now they have to back away. So some TP's forced. Now they're going to go back in on the Radiant side. They're going to find the break out of the Jakiro. Dual Breath comes out. There's going to be the call down. Nando Dark packs off any further damage coming from the Logic. And now the SU shift starting to pile up. 15 stacks, now down to 13. Good TP. They lose the Sand King. So actually, it's not really worth it to trade unless they can get this tower toppling with Carl. And they're going to try. They're going to continue to TP in. Carl can Shadow Blade away. He will. They have detection. They dust him up. He'll pop the Drum Charge. And Tuku, it's not, he can't kill him. It's not nighttime, so they can't chase him down.
Oh, man.
It's really awkward.
Night Stalker is like half a hero during the day, right? He just doesn't do much at all.
No. He's trying. Now it's nighttime, and it's not even darkness. Although Tuku's dead. So much for him doing stuff at nighttime. Nando is all over the place, I swear to God.
Yep, this guy is a madman. He's a natural-born killer.
That was really well played from Execration. They try to take the tower top. They force rotations. They go in on bottom. They try to get a kill. And they lose Uwe, but they still do get the kill. And then they back up. They keep their DK alive. And then they turn on the Night Stalker because they knew it was nighttime they were going to chase. Like, all of that play is good. And now they're going to try to find the Tide Hunter. But again, he's got Buckler. So even without the Kraken Shell, he's really tanky. And Nando can't find the kill on his own.
Yep, just getting some free stats from the Tide Hunter. Harassing him, pushing him out of lane. It's all great.
And a Logic's one that might be dead. Nice. So, pounce up in one. Dust comes out a little too late. The map control is just so good from Execration right now. Like, there's the threat of the Slark, which is so hard to play around. Threat of the Sand King Blink Dagger, and then the DK Shadowblade. He's just everywhere. They take fights. They're gonna find Whitemon bottom again. And the epicenter's gonna go. They're gonna TP in Tuku, but it's really way too late. He'll try to find Uwe or somebody, but Lumik just runs away, and the Nightmare comes out, and there's nothing they could do. The Ogre should have taken the Nightmare off of the
up top. Facehugger gets caught up by Carl and Nando. He's dead.
Yeah, and dead 51 seconds. He does have his BKB, but like, there's nothing he can do there. And so now this Ravage is back up, but you're only going to find Lumik, and Nando's just going to clear the creep wave. They're essentially splitting the map up perfectly. It feels like they are pulling Evos into every different direction, and there's nothing they can do about it.
Yep, and then the other members from Execration are just looking for these pickoffs, and they're finding it. And this is map control against a Night Stalker, thanks to the Slark pick.
Yeah, it's huge. It's a great pick. It was a 5th pick Slark pick. I'm not sure if it was a 10th pick or a 9th pick, but the Logic's dead anyway. He can get his BKB up. No, he can't. That DK stun is way too long. Just dies. And now I like the idea. Slark knows that Silver Edge first item good, BKB next. He doesn't need to get the Echo Saber. He doesn't need any more damage. Just get a BKB and survive, which he's already done a really good job of this game. So,
yep, very nice itemization.
This game certainly feels one-sided. Maybe not as much as the last game did in game 2 of that series that we just watched, but maybe with this Blink Tag with the Tide Hunter, things change. Maybe they can actually find the Slark or something.
That is potentially the game-changing item, right? You have double BKBs on your cores. Tide Hunter has BKB. It is nighttime. It's time to make something happen. You know, you're not going to have any new items for an extremely long time. You've hit your timings on all 3 core heroes. It's go time. But how do they start a fight? Like, they don't want to start with Tide Blink Ravage. It's just not optimal. That's how you hit one hero and you hope to kill him. And then you just lose the fight afterwards. But a Night Stalker catch, not great. You know, it's not a point-and-click stun like Sand King, for example, right? And then Jakiro, same thing. He's follow-up. They don't actually have somebody that can catch. And that's why they're getting split push so hard. You have Chemo on the Wind Ranger bottom. He just power shots every wave, and he has a Blink Dagger, so he's never going to get caught. And then Slark on the opposite side of the map. They feel like they can't make a move at all. They're super desperate.
Kind of it's the same spot again. This time they have a Night Stalker, but he can't get voided in time. Uwe making the moves again, and that was a pretty desperation smoke, and they're running directly into Roshan. They need to do something. This is a bit aggressive. They scan it. They're going to take this fight for Execration, and this won't die fast enough, and they know it. They do have Ravage. The Wind Ranger will spot them, and so Evos as well as Execration know that this is happening. Carl coming in with the Shadowblade. They have a Sentry. Whitemon. They're going to need to back up. There's the Nightmare coming in. BKB. They're going to try to find this fight, and man, are they dying quickly on Whitemon. The grip now into Facehugger. It's going to be 1-for-0 so far. Ravage comes out, but Nando is completely fine, and he's in there, although Facehugger trying to run in with his rolling axes. The Dark Pact and Shadow Dance are done. He does get off the Dark Pact. They're going to have the DK stun onto Facehugger. The Sand King getting low, but he gets off a great burrow strike onto 2. A double kill for Carl. Uwe trying to run. Tuku's got a void, and that will secure the kill, but the Tide Hunter is going to fall. Nando is godlike. He is cleaning up the rest of the fight. It's a triple kill for Carl. That was one of the most dangerous Roshans I've ever seen, and one of the most desperation plays. And it leads into 4 kills for Execration and only 1 death with their Sand King dying there.
Yep, and a free donator to Roshan. They're so desperate to make something happen. They feel like we need to do Rosh so we can just barrel down a lane and try to force a reaction from the enemy. But it doesn't work out. They're totally all in on this play, and Execration, they punish it super hard. Slark was able to get in and out of the fight over and over due to the lack of disables. What an excellent pick.
Yeah, this 5th pick Slark has been brutal for Evos. They have nothing to answer it. He is now godlike. Carl in the DK, you know, we talked about him being flashy, and he's having a quiet game for Carl. he is top net worth, and he's made some really good plays. But the story of this game is the Slark and the Wind Ranger and everybody else pulling the Evos team around the map. You know, they're going to go bottom. They'll probably try to commit to this tower because they have Aegis now. But if they want to back up, they can easily go top and split push. You know, there's no Ravage. There's really no threat of fighting, especially with nighttime being down for the next 2.5 minutes. So
yep, no Ravage, right? That's the big thing. You're not going to, you know, get caught off guard into a 3 or 4 man Ravage and all of a sudden lose this fight. But this is not easy to push.
He's going to go in. He has BKB. He's going to use it. I mean, this does nothing. Nando's a little low. He does have Shadow Dance. He might save it, though, for his Aegis. Looks like he is going to. Actually, he just used it. He's just going to regen up like crazy. They've already killed the Gyrocopter. He has no buyback. Avil still has no Ravage for another 30 seconds, and if he dies, that's a pretty critical problem. Nando diving deep for White Mamba. That's tier 4. Needs to be careful. Facehugger can't really do anything. He can't get on top of these heroes. Even if he does, he's going to get gripped, which is down for 78 seconds. They just used it to kill the Gyro, but Carl pops the Elder Dragon form. This should be a tier 3 at least, maybe more. Avil needs to be careful. Silver Edge comes out. He's dead. Good Shackle Shot, too. They're going to find Facehugger, who has BKB, but he might die before he can get it off. He does get it off, but he still dies anyway, and that's GG. And Execration was just a masterfully played game, I think. Oh, I had the draft overlay up the entire game. Are you kidding me? Oh, I'm triggered. Oh, my God, I'm so triggered. Oops.
Well,
it's not that. The draft overlay at least isn't that bad, but sorry, guys.